So today we're going to practice the partial sums addition algorithm using 2 and 3 digits. And as I work through the problems, I would like you to do the problems in your math notebook. So the first one that we're going to work through is a 2-digit math problem. And what we're going to do first is we're going to T it. So I'm going to draw, all it is I'm drawing a capital T, and then I'm going to label my place value. So I know that this column here is the tens place, so I'm going to put a T, and I know that this place value here is the ones place, so I'm going to put an O for the ones place. So when I'm using the partial sums addition algorithm, I need to start in the biggest place value. And I know in this situation that the tens place is the biggest place value. So I'm going to start here. I see that I have a 4 and a 2. The value of those numbers in the tens place is 40 and 20. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here and I'm going to write my work on the side. 40 plus 20. I know that 40 plus 20 equals 60. So I'm going to write 60. And I'm going to correctly write that number using my divide. In 60, there are 6 10 0 ones. And then I'm going to go over here to the ones place. I see I have a 5 and a 7. So I'm going to follow the same steps, and I'm going to write 5 and 7. Because it's in the ones place, it's just a 5 and a 7. And I know that 5 plus 7 is 12. Well, I know in the number 12, there's 1 10 and 2 ones. So I'm going to, again, correctly write that number using the divide. The last step in the partial sums algorithm is to add up my answers. So all I have to do here is the 0 plus 2, which is 2, and the 6 plus 1, which is 7. In the tens place, that 7 is worth 70. So my answer to 45 plus 27 is 72. Now, when I go into the 2-digit or the 3-digit numbers, we're going to follow the same steps, but this time I'm adding another place value. So this time I'm going to do what I call treeing it. So I'm going to make a tree. And the trunk of the tree is going to be around the tens place. So I have the tens in the ones place like I did up here, but this time I've added a bigger place value. I've added the hundreds, so I'm going to label that as well. So just like we did up in the 2-digit numbers, I'm going to start with the biggest place value. So I see I have a 3 and a 2 in the hundreds place. Well, a 3 in the hundreds place is a 300, and a 2 in the hundreds place value is 200. So I'm going to write my work on the side. 300 plus 200 equals, and I know that 300 plus 200 equals 500. So I'm going to correctly write that number with my divides. 5 in the hundreds place, 0 10 0 ones. Then I'm going to move to my tens place. I see a 6 and a 4 in the tens place. Well, I know a 6 in the tens place has a value of 60, and a 4 in the tens place has a value of 40. So I'm going to go ahead and write those down. And I know that 60 plus 40 equals 100, which would be a 1 in the hundreds place, 0 tens and 0 ones left over. And then finally, I'm going to move to the ones place. I see I have an 8 and a 2. So I'm going to come down and I'm going to do 8 plus 2. And I know that 8 plus 2 is 10. That's 0 hundreds, 1 in the tens place, and a 0. I'm going to bring these down a little further in the ones place. Again, my last step, just as I did up above with the 2-digit, is just to add up all my answers. So I've got all zeros, so a 0 down there. 0 0 and 1 would be 1, and then 5 plus 1 is 6. So when I add 368 plus 242, I get an answer of 610.